Hi, everyone.
Hey everyone.
Well, this is our 40-year anniversary backyard update.
Hard to believe, 40 years.
We got married in 1986. So I had to do little statistics here.
Oh boy.
We've lived in 3 states in 40 years, but we've moved 14 times.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds about right.
we've been involved in 9 ministries, but we've always had this one goal, right? Just to see people's lives transformed.
Mm.
And I wanted to show you this. What do you
Oh
think?
wow.
This is us.
Aha.
This is us. This is like our toast, and you notice it's like pink because
Oh
like
my
they didn't
God.
allow wine at our wedding, so I think it's like some sort of weird
Now that
berry juice.
explains why that box, I saw that box sitting out of all of those photos. Now I know why.
Look at that. So we haven't changed a bit.
Ah.
So anyway, so we're gonna
were
interview each
kids.
other for our 40th anniversary.
This is going to be a little bit like a game show because John has written the questions, so he probably, it's going to be more of a surprise for me.
Okay, so you can read the first question.
Okay,
with
so
my beautiful handwriting.
something that you appreciate or admire about the other.
Well, I appreciate and admire about you that you. I think it's like you don't see limits, right? So like limits don't exist to Caryn. She just like it's just well, let's go. And so it's that faithful optimism that always keeps us moving forward.
Yeah, well, thank you. Appreciate that. But what do I appreciate and admire about you? There's so many things that I could choose, but I think one of the things that I admire about John, I guess I should say to you, is just the selflessness that I see you demonstrate to me and to the boys over all these years. And your willingness to put all of our needs above your own.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, next question. Something that surprised you about the other. Something that surprised you about me.
Well, that's easy for me. This is going to
I'm
sound
afraid
funny,
about
but
this.
I was surprised at how smart he is because when I met him,
Because I used to talk like this.
no, you still talk like that. But when we met, we were at Bible school before we went on staff with Crusade, for those of you who don't know. And John was not interested at all in any of, at least what I could tell, in any of the academics. And I remember him saying he doesn't ever want to go back to school. And yet, I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't, he's not really like the intellectual type, I guess. He doesn't really like to learn and read. And I was so wrong about all of that.
3 graduate degrees later. Right?
Yes, 3 graduate degrees later.
Something that surprised me about you, I think the way that you bloom wherever you're planted. So no matter where, like when we moved to New York, I was like worried, and like she just like flourished here. Or when we moved to California, everywhere we moved, Caryn just like put down roots and just bloomed. So that's what I was surprised about you. I just didn't. This is not something I expected. In fact, I was a little worried when we, every time we moved, just to find out that you did great.
Thanks.
Okay.
Something you enjoy to do together.
Oh, well, there's so many things I just love doing together. I think I like being in the outdoors together, taking like long walks in the outdoors, like bird watching or those kind of things.
I'm going to say the same thing.
So.
Our walks on the beach, being out in nature. I would say the same thing. I really enjoy that.
Okay, so next one is, what's something you learned about relationships in general from being married for 40 years?
Relationships are hard work. Yeah. There's no easy way around that. I mean, they're worth it. They're so worth it. But and that all relationships have snags and conflict. It's just part of life. But they are not. Well, I will say for me, they're not a tragedy. They can be really powerful moments of growth and learning about one another and love and intimacy.
I think, what did I learn about relationships in general? I think when we first got married, I kind of had this impression that everything had to be together we had to like believe the same things about everything, have the same interests, all that kind of thing. And as we've grown, we've grown together in some ways, but in other ways we've changed. And I think what I've learned is that it's not so much you have to have all the same interests and all the same everything. It's more respect for one another, right?
Yeah.
And so I respect where your growth and where you're at and the things that you enjoy, give you your space and those kind of things. I think that that you can be autonomous people but still be one flesh, as the Bible explains in Scripture. So just and I kind of enjoy more exploring my own interests and things that I never did earlier in our relationship.
Yeah. Okay. The next one, this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that you learned from the other.
What have I learned from you? I didn't plan this. I wrote the question, but I didn't think about what my answer would be. It's pretty funny. But I think going back to the optimism thing or the faith thing, that just, to not just immediately dismiss something because I see a lot of obstacles, to just, believe that it's possible to trust God and believe things that don't seem possible at first, and don't just automatically, discount things that seem impossible at the time.
Yeah, thanks.
So.
Okay, so this is an easy thing
Oh,
for
it is?
me. Yeah. Something
I have
that I
no idea what
learned
she's gonna say.
from the other, I call it the just in case factor. Or maybe we learned that together. Maybe you coined it. I can't remember. It's been a long time, So, just in case, part of my weaknesses, the flip side of me seeing all the possibilities, is not always having a plan B. That's not always the best thing. So,
Mr. Plan B.
yeah, so
Always have a contingency.
the just in case factor that helped me to see pitfalls that might be in the way, or it helped me to be more planned, I guess.
Yeah, what a great combination we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last thing is, if someone asks, what is the secret to being married for 40 years? What would you say?
There's just no one answer for that. There's a lot of different things. The secret.
That is the secret, that there's no secret?
Maybe that could be it. That's a hard one to answer. I would say, for sure, our love for Jesus. There's such a strong commonality, and his ability to grow his love in us. I will say in me for you is a huge factor, but it's also partly the commitment that we've made to each other.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if there's a secret. It's just hard work, right? It's just a commitment to do the hard work, to continue to move towards one another, to when we have hard times and obstacles and difficult circumstances, that we just, commit to just go through those things and know that there's another side, and it's just more of a commitment to keep moving.
Yeah, I think I could add to that. I can't speak for John, but for me, one of the things in particular, because sometimes our conflicts are more than just surface things, right? Especially when you've been married for a long time. Things that you continue to bump up against. Advice that I got was probably in therapy, is to even when I'm angry or insulted or offended, whatever, even if my boundary are violated and I'm working through that, how can I move towards John, even though we're in this point of conflict? So how do I still love you in that moment?
I've seen that. I've noticed that.
Thanks.
I think one other thing I want to add is also, I don't think there's no substitute for spending time together.
Yeah, that's
true. So we
true.
spend a lot of time together. In the winter we walk in the mall because it's too cold to walk outside, and we take a lot of walks together, just, cook together, garden together, whatever it is. Just, we've probably spent tens of thousands of hours together. And I don't think, probably tens of thousands of espresso drinks together, right? Yeah. And I think that, time together is just really, I think, important. And we've always committed to spending a lot of time together.
Yeah, we have. I think that is something that has been true throughout all of our relationships.
I never get bored with you either.
Really?
Yeah, not really. Yeah, I don't. I don't
know,
really get
I really-
bored. I like spending time together.
I like spending time with you too.
Like so, 40 years. And, oh, and it's also she allowed me. See this little sun here? I've wanted a sun for a while, and then also
Oh, the sun.
the
You mean
sun.
in
Yeah,
the-
that
oh,
sun
in the
right there.
back.
And then also the gnome is back there somewhere. I don't know. There
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Those are two things that I always wanted, and she, so
Not
she-
my-
not
not
her
my
thing,
thing.
but she let me get my sun and my gnome. So I enjoy my backyard because of that.
The
But
little things.
so 40 years. We're going on vacation to Virginia Beach for a few days to enjoy our 40th anniversary, which is actually Sunday. And so and then in a month or so we'll have another update where we give some more exciting news about what's going on at No Harbor. But right now we're just going to enjoy celebrating our anniversary and taking some time off together. So anyway, all that to say, thank you for your partnership, and we'll see you again in a few weeks.
Take care, everybody. Thanks so much.